What is up, Light Fam? Welcome to another video. My name is David, your spiritual awakening coach, here to help you through your spiritual awakening. I have made many videos on ascension symptoms now because guidance and insight on what ascension symptoms are and how to get through them seems to be what the collective needs most right now. And fortunately, I've been blessed with working with many clients one-on-one, and I've been able to see firsthand the greatest ascension symptom of all start to shine through in my clients' lives, as well as many of you guys out there that have left your spiritual awakening experiences in the comments below. So if you're going through intense ascension symptoms today, please keep pushing forward, because I can promise you that the greatest ascension symptom of all is already present in your life, right under your nose, and you probably haven't even noticed it yet. Can you guess what it is? Well, let's find out right now. Let's go. All right, guys, enough of the suspense. The greatest ascension symptom of all is freedom. Hey, that sounds great. Freedom from what? How about freedom from fear? I believe that a spiritual awakening is waking up from the lies of the ego. The main catalyst that the ego uses to spur you into action, fight or flight, is fear. So after a spiritual awakening, you separate your identity from ego, which moves you into greater vibrational dissonance to fear. So while you may be distracted with the physical ascension symptoms, such as anxiety and fatigue, are you also noticing that now maybe you care a lot less about what society thinks of you or your actions? Are you also noticing that you're no longer allowing people to take advantage of you and step over your boundaries? Hey, don't be distracted by the ascension symptom of your ears ringing. Pay attention to the fact that you are no longer seeking validation and approval the way that you did before you had a spiritual awakening. Freedom is the greatest ascension symptom of all because it frees you from the mental prison of fear. Whether that be fear of not being loved, fear of not being good enough, fear of not being worthy, fear of not being accepted, fear of going to hell. All of these are fear-based constructs of ego. And this is why freedom is the greatest ascension symptom of all, because you now have the freedom to simply be yourself. You have the freedom to just be happy, and you have the freedom to just simply be. It's the ego that has us chasing our tail thinking that we're not doing enough. No, free yourself from that fear and simply be in the present moment, grateful for your life and unapologetic for your life as well. Remember, everything that you are experiencing in your life, you chose before you decided to incarnate. So relax. You can't get it wrong. The greatest ascension symptom of all is freedom. Why is this? Because freedom is in alignment with source consciousness, and fear is the greatest point of vibrational dissonance to source. How free does fear make you feel? Do you feel open and authentic when you're in fear? Do you feel ever expanding when you're in fear? Do you feel limitless when you're in fear? No, those are all things in alignment with source consciousness. Fear has you living small and constricted, feeling powerless, seeking approval. That's a state of resistance and constriction. Does your concept of source sound resistant and constricted to you? No, that's a construct of fear, which is out of alignment with source consciousness. The greatest ascension symptom is freedom. Why? Because you are being freed from the old limited version of yourself, aka your old identity. You had a spiritual awakening for a reason, and that reason was not to keep you where you were in life, and it certainly wasn't to keep you who you were before your spiritual awakening. So your higher self, which does not filter information through ego, knows the perfect time for you to awaken. And this is usually when what I like to call an awakening event gets ushered into your life, like the meeting of a twin flame, or hitting rock bottom in your life, or just some life-altering tower moment that causes you to awaken. And divine timing is never wrong, meaning Spirit knows the exact time for you to awaken. Awaken from what? Awaken from the fear of believing that you are limited, and waking up to understanding that you are unlimited. The greatest ascension symptom of all is freedom. Why? Because you are free to fearlessly evolve into your true purpose, your true fulfillment, and your true happiness. Life is supposed to be happy and fulfilled, and any belief system that contradicts this is coming from the fear construct. And what do we say to fear? Oh yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. So when you lose the fear of needing to be what your social group wants you to be, or your culture wants you to be, or your religion wants you to be, you are free to fearlessly discover what you want to be. And that's why you're here. You're here to be the greatest version of self that resonates true for your spirit. Freedom is the greatest ascension symptom of all. Why? Because freedom is ever expanding. It's the opposite of stagnation. Are you noticing the ascension symptom of freedom creeping up, sneaking up in your life after your spiritual awakening, even if you're going through the dark night of the soul? Are you noticing now that maybe you just don't care about other people's opinion of you? Are you noticing that now when someone tries to contaminate your vibe with their negativity, you either get yourself or them the heck out of that vibrational space as fast as possible? Whereas before, maybe you would have joined in on that negativity or complaining or gossiping, or you would have allowed that sneaky, conniving, passive-aggressive behavior without standing up for your self-worth. All of these are a few examples of self-love. And what did we say the dominant frequency of source consciousness is? Love. This is why freedom is in alignment with source consciousness, because it frees you from the fear of loving yourself. Before your spiritual awakening, maybe you were afraid to love yourself without even realizing it. Maybe a traumatic childhood event made you afraid to love yourself. Or maybe the indoctrination of the fear-based religions made you believe that you're not worthy of love. You're a dirty sinner. Or maybe you were born into an extreme patriarchal culture where women are treated as second-class citizens, making you believe you're not worthy of love, causing you to be afraid to love yourself. Notice that fear is the main ingredient of all of those constructs. Fear is the opposite of source consciousness, and this is why freedom is the greatest ascension symptom of all, because it frees you from the lies of fear and pushes you into greater vibrational resonance with source consciousness, which is love. If you need a helping hand learning to love yourself and validate and approve yourself and step into your true authentic power, we can work one-on-one through Zoom. Check the description below for that. And now, question of the day. What do you now have the freedom to do that you were afraid to do before your spiritual awakening? Ooh, that is a juicy one. Let us know in the comments below, Light Fam. And if you know anyone that is trapped in the prison of fear, please share this video with them. It may give them the freedom that they need to step into their authentic truth and live a life of fulfillment and happiness, which is why we're here, people. If you have a question for me, please add me over on Instagram _Lightways. I may make a video. Like, share, I said that already. Subscribe. You guys know what to do. We'll see you in the next one. Light, love, and abundance to all that are watching and to all you love. Peace, guys.